can be a great people, Kal-El. They wish to be. They only lack the light to show the way.
Hey everyone, welcome to the video, and we're going to get over to Goodwill right now. I forgot to shoot an intro again, that's why I'm here. You see me here in the garage. Please hit the thumbs up button to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned to the end because we're going to do a little, some talking points on reselling or selling in general, and we'll look at some what solds. All right, here we go again. Hello, good morning. Quickly looked at the glass, nothing really. I see something right here. Let me take a look really quick. Yeah, look at that. Huh. Interesting. We'll do a little bit more research on that. Once you see all this stuff all the time, you'll, right from the back, it didn't really look like anything, but you could see it eventually. Well, well, you know what? Maybe we'll look on the bottom, because I didn't see anything on the bottom down here. This is sack roots, I think. Yeah. Let's see what else. No, it's nothing. That's nothing. What the price on this is? 16. We'll check out that model number. Try to do a little more, make sure it's, legit. All right. Oh man, look at this. All right, all right. Wait.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
You're kind of late today.
Yes. We got.
Yeah.
There's nothing. This whole thing. Next, All right. Some fishing rods. Quantum. Don't know. Take a look at these. I don't want to know too much about fishing rods, but if they have a name on it, you can have a name on it. You can quickly look it up. Ow. Having these Jurassic Park things that keep floating around, so they're not really. Yeah, they're priced at $9.19. Not really. Not going to make much money at that price point. On eBay, that is. Maybe Amazon, but I'm not on Amazon, so could potentially bring in more if you are an Amazon seller. Okay. Not really seeing too much here in the toys. Oh yeah. Let's go check out the keyboards. Here we go. What do we? It's not really another cart coming out. It's another. What is this? Not really anything. And let's see, like an antenna. It's not anything. Let's take a look right here really quick. Say Bose. Oh, there's some Bose speakers. $22. I'm gonna look at this model. It's missing the power adapter though. Was this power adapter for maybe? That's definitely not the power adapter. That's the power adapter, but I can test. That's a Halo. Definitely broken though. Little USB light up. That can be fixed. I don't know. I'm gonna take it and hold it. Hold on 1 second here. What the heck's going on here? All right. Okay, I thought maybe a cart was coming out or something, but it's just something to. They're gonna start. What do you call it? Sorting through those bins. A smart switch. I don't know. I don't know if that'd be worth anything. I'll double check. I don't think so. They're fairly common nowadays. What is this? Oh, like a little toolkit. Appliances, I don't really use too much with. Adapter, converter. Okay. This little headset. Wireless headset. With Bluetooth? Looks like that would come with a base or something. Not familiar with the name on that. Got a printer down here. I have a juicer. Have a price tag on it. Is it priced on the inside? Is it complete? I don't know. Let's open it up. Priced on the inside at $15. Too many movie components in here to. I actually have one right now. I still need to clean. But I'm kind of dragging my feet on it. That's kind of cool. A little souvenir. Jelly Belly Factory. You put your jelly beans in there. probably have to put a coin in there to get it out. So 2000 celebration, limited edition. Hey, what the heck? Let's throw in the cart and give it a try. By giving it a try, I mean looking it up. That's what I should have said. We'll throw in the cart and look it up in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pause it right here because of the music. Okay. So, I went ahead and put the fishing rods back. They're not really... The brand was Quantum, and they're not really that great. However, that Jelly Belly factory thing last sold for $90, so... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. These actually do really... A chip. That's not a chip. Alright. That's a good mug to look out for. Usually I'm familiar with the... I'm usually familiar with... They make, like, you know, people's signs. Soup. What is this? Okay, I'll put that down right there. Plant-based beverage maker. Interesting. We'll look at that a little bit. Alright, my cart's looking a little bit. Let's move this over. You look a little bit wongo.
¿Sabe qué? Vinimos el domingo.
Ah,
Porque el domingo fue los especiales.
oh, ok, ok.
¿No vino el domingo? ¿No vino el domingo? El domingo fue los especiales.
For the Jelly Belly.
No se dio cuenta.
Oh, ¿qué se celebró?
Easter.
Hazel, this is a good one. $3 isn't bad on that. There's a dention in there. Oh, it's a hazel as well. $6 for this set hazel as well. There it is. Yeah. These hazels do pretty good. We'll add those to the cart. Hold on. All right. So we got 3 hazel portfolios, which is definitely something great to look out for. A brand to look out for. Some sort of I think a nut milk maker. We'll check that out in a little bit. What we got over here? This is the Target. A lot of the Target stuff that comes from Target ends up here in this aisle. They do switch it up from time to time. Minecraft baggies. They're all open. What the heck? So they're probably they're blind bags that were opened probably at the store, taped back up, and then sent here. It looked like it said $3.19 for a second. At $3.19, that would probably be a good deal, but nah, not for $9. Yeah, I forget the name of this, of the artist. It's on the bottom, and I've looked this up before. I don't have any of these in stock right now, But it looks kind of like, you know, like a kid painted this. You know, they have those pottery stores in the mall. But no, this is done by an artist in Mexico. It's artisan crafted. And I think the last one I sold was a Scorpio. So I had this nice scorpion on it. This little frosted glass thing here. Not really anything. Alright. That's a for barware. Put your salts and different things you want to put, you know, like around the rim of the cup. Native American style mug. Nice beer stein. Okay. We're running through our normal progressions here. Say Grape Bond. Probably from a what do you call it? Hotel or something. Tiki shot glass. What else we got? We're in the metals here. I looked at this. This has that look of Nambe, but it's not. I looked at that already. Little bell service. Oh, God. Let me know if you guys spot anything here. I'm trying to... Clear glass is always pretty tough because it's clear. And sometimes it's hard to focus in on what you're looking at. Oh, bass. Oh, I thought, no, it's nothing. This looks a little bit different. Pedestal, candle holder. Not really much of anything there. Did I look through here or did I shoot through here? Oh, man. Little orca. Missing is dorsal fin. Dorsal fin? Is that right? By the way, this is an orca, not a whale. Totally different species. More closely related to the dolphin. Cracked. Well, weeping copper, I guess. That is incredibly cheaply made. Clear glass cups aren't looking very good. Okay, let's make sure here we got some loud music. The speaker is right over my head. And let's jam through the... What are these guys? $6.19 is not a good price to pay for those. Probably made in India here. Is there a design that's been wiped away from that or what? Nothing there. Any little appliances, stereos, I don't know. Sony. Alright. I'm going to run up and down a few aisles here and get back in a sec. Right, so I just picked up a couple of, okay, we're putting the smart switch back. It's not worth it as I suspected. Those Bose speakers, they want, I think it was 22 for those, so those only go for about 30. This Coach purse looks good, and it's not a, the style isn't one that sells for that much, so I might be able to get $30 out of it, but 16, picked up this really cool wooden box. I think this should do really well. It has a secret compartment on the inside. I already checked it, there's nothing in there. Again, right here, Chrome Industries. Look out for Chrome Industries. That's their logo right there. Chrome. Make sure I get in the camera shot. They sell really well. It sell for $50. But I found this. So this is this style is called cloisonne, and think of it as like paint by numbers. So every little painted section is separated by metal, basically wire, gold, and very easy to spot. Not really worth too much, but the subject matter, I think, because it's in the egg shape, because it's floral, there's no chips or anything on it. Then it was on top of this little thing. This doesn't go with it, but just a really nice, that could potentially be 24 karat gold. Not really worth it. It's just, you know, there's not really much value to 24 karat gold here. But I think if it was positioned like that, and I think we could potentially sell it for about $25 to $30. So I'm doing this because it's an egg shape. It's got a nice floral pattern to it. Normally I don't pick up cloisonne because it doesn't really go for that much, unless it's by, you know, unless there's a name behind it or something, then I would. But yeah, a little cloisonne piece. Try to find a nice spot to put it so it doesn't get damaged here. Okay, there we go. What is that? Big stainless steel something over here. Oh, I think this was handmade. That bead job isn't very good. That welding job is, yeah, it's handmade. Back in high school, we used to do a lot of welding. Learned all the different forms, well, not all of them, but many different forms of welding. Okay. Alright, what else we got around? What's this? Huh. Little enameled camels. Not very well done, but don't discount items that are necessarily well done. Some, like that mug I got down there, some may consider that not really well done, but it is a really good mug to look out for. Okay, what do we got? I think we are gonna go look at the jewelry now. One of the reasons why I leave the jewelry and stuff usually at this Goodwill towards the end, because not that many people look for it, or not that many people are, you know, clamoring to get to it. So I can kind of work my way through the, you know, through Goodwill, check out the shelves, check out the bins, and still find some nice jewelry. Odagiri, Japan. There we go. At $2. That is so 80s. I think we should be able to get at least $15 for that. Not all otagiri is necessarily good. What is this? I didn't see this before. Reflection. Oh no. Personalized too. No. We'll definitely take the little otagiri because it's small, easy to ship, easy to store. Okay, let's get over to the jewelry and go take a look. Alright. Our microphone died on me, so we're gonna end this trip. We're gonna go and head on out. Probably head back home. It's a rainy day today. Get some items listed. And yeah, maybe I'll do a live at a Goodwill this weekend. We'll see. Stay tuned for one of those. Hey everybody, welcome to the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed that trip over the Goodwill. As you saw, like in the beginning of the video, I spotted that Coach purse. I didn't necessarily know it was Coach right off the bat, but it looked like a good quality purse. And you know, as you visit Goodwills, flea markets, you're going to get better at being able to identify those items just by sight. And then you go in, you feel it, and you're like, all right, it's a good quality leather. And sure enough, it was a Coach purse. I ended up leaving it behind because I think it was, what was it, $16 or so? And it would only sell for maybe about $30. Wasn't a very desirable style. Or it was desirable, but it just wasn't bringing in the profit that I would like. And one way to look up Coach purses to see what style it is, to look up maybe photo references if you're trying to determine if it's real or not, is look inside the purse. It'll have a little leather patch on the inside. I'll have a number in there with a dash. The numbers and letters to the left indicate usually the time and where it was made. Then the ones to the right are your actual style code. So if you input those, can't find it on eBay, just Google it, and it'll tell you exactly what the purse is. Coach, that is. So, you know, you just get to the point where, like, you know, like visually you see it, you go in for a second inspection, and then sure enough, it was a good purse, just wasn't, you know, good enough to resell. Now, what I want to talk about is account health and maintaining a good status, or, you know, good health with your account. This could be for any platform. We primarily focus on eBay here, and that's what I'm primarily going to talk about here. eBay, you know, has their different ratings. There's top rated, there's above standard, standard, below standard. Now, obviously, you want to try to achieve the best possible. Top rated. There are different, you know, metrics you have to meet, and you have to maintain as well too. I'm a top rated plus seller. To get the plus, you really have to offer 30 days free returns, and you have to have a 1-day turnaround, and there are additional benefits to that as well too. But when a buyer's going in there and they see that top rated, it just kind of gives them that assurance that this person knows what they're doing. And, you know, they do say it kind of gives you better placement in search. I don't know really if that's true or not, but it definitely seems to help. Definitely seems to help me. That's maintain consistent sales. Even, you know, when everyone was saying things were slow last year, sales were still great. So maintaining that status is very important, and to me, it should be important to you as well. And there are ways to get knocked down, though, and you have to be cautious of these. So every month, your store gets evaluated by eBay, and you can see on the dashboard, you'll say you're projected to be, you know, top rated next month, or maybe it will say, you know, you're going to be above standard. So definitely keep an eye on it, and make sure you're not getting any defects. Now, we're going to talk about 2 potential defects that are probably the most common, in my opinion. The first one is canceling an order because it's out of stock. So if someone places an order and you don't have the item, either you sold them already, I know a lot of people are cross-listing now, so you want to be cautious of that and watch out because you might sell it on another platform and it might still be active on eBay. I know a lot of these services are starting to offer a, when it sells, they'll take it down, but definitely double check that just to be sure. Maybe you lost it. Maybe you don't have a good inventory system and you lost the item. You can't find it. You misplaced it, and then you have to cancel it because it's out of stock. If you do get that, that is a defect on your account, and that can drop you below, drop you down a level. It takes so many. It's not like you get one and all of a sudden, boom, they automatically demote you. There's a percentage, and I've seen that there's actually like you can get 3 defects, but then I've also seen a percentage. Mine's a percentage, so if I fall below a certain percentage based on the items that I sell, then I could fall below standard, or I could fall to above standard, standard, below standard. So making sure that you have a good inventory system, you stay on top of items when they're sold. One issue that could arise is when you sell an item, let's say they don't pay right away, or they want to cancel it, or they send you a message, can you cancel this? There is an automatic relist feature on eBay when you go to cancel that. I don't do that. I usually just relist it myself. I'll go in there, I'll do a sell similar, relist, cancel the item, and then relist it. But then I'll go in there and check just to be sure that nothing happened. It didn't automatically get relisted by accident, or I maybe forgot to uncheck the box. But for the most part, it's unchecked. Probably because I never check it. So it probably just knows that I don't want to relist it. So that's what I do just to be safe and make sure I don't have duplicate listings. Also, too, if you are relisting an item or selling similar, or, a lot of people, they'll go in there and they'll cancel a bunch of items and relist them. Make sure you check your quantities, too. If you do have any items where there's multiple quantity and you go in there to relist an item, you go do sell similar, just double check. Make sure you have that same quantity in stock. Maybe one sold, and maybe you do sell similar and it's pulling the original listing that had maybe 3 or 4. And you already sold 1 or 2. So just be on top of it with your inventory. Excuse me. I always go through my inventory. We're going through my inventory, beginning of the year. We're going back through. We're going through all the boxes again. Double checking everything. Seeing what's in there. Is everything listed? Is anything, not up to par anymore? So just staying on top of your inventory and maintaining a good organizational system for your items. Then the other one that's pretty common is if an item is not delivered, if a buyer opens up a case, so they have to open up a case. It could be like undelivered and it just, they just don't open a case. I've had that happen where the item just doesn't get delivered and then it actually gets sent back to me. I've had that return to sender thing. Return to sender just never gets to the actual buyer, and I never hear from the buyer at all. So it's kind of strange. But they have to open a case. They'll say you'll get an email. It'll say item not received. Now, typically, it will be delivered. It'll say delivered. I'll go into the tracking. It'll say delivered. This happened to me. It'll say delivered, and it's been delivered to the address that was supplied by eBay. And if that is the case, and they open up a case as item not received, usually eBay will side with the seller. They'll side with you, and you have to wait 3 business days for that to elapse, and they'll say, we found in your favor. Now, if you have a lot of these occurring where it says delivered to the address on file with eBay, and the buyers are continually saying they're not receiving the item, there could be a problem there. And they may look into it and investigate a little bit more, but it just happens so infrequently that they typically side with the seller. And this is coming from my point of view as well too. I don't have that many. It does happen from time to time, and I've always had them side with me on those issues, and I've heard from others that they've sided with them on those issues. Now, one problem you can have that does occur, the buyer will ask you to change the address, and if you do that, you lose that protection. So if it says delivered, but you change the address, eBay will side with the buyer on that one. So you got to be cautious. If that occurred, you have really no choice but to refund the buyer. Now, when it comes to changing addresses, I've done it before. I'll go in. If they ask me, I'll go in there. I'll see, well, when did they first open their account? If it was this year, last year, no way. I'm canceling the order, and you'll have to go on and rebuy it, put in the new address. If they have good feedback, if they've been there 2-3 years or so on eBay and they have decent feedback, usually I will have no problem changing the address. I haven't had any issues, knock on wood, no issues. But everything, I take it all on a case-by-case basis. I did have somebody recently reach out to me saying they're at college and they wanted to put their college address. They were, a long-time eBay member, and they had decent feedback, but it was going to a college, and I didn't want to risk, if they're having roommates or what, and the roommate signs for the item, and then the guy doesn't get it, and they open up a case. I have no choice but to refund them. So I didn't want to deal with that. I told them, you know what, we're going to have to cancel the order, and when you repurchase it, if you repurchase it, then you're going to have to put in a new address. And luckily they did. So that all got taken care of. One thing you do not want to do is let eBay handle those issues for you. So if the item is not delivered to the address, and it just says not delivered, and you see in there, you check the tracking, you go to USPS website, you check it there, and definitely it's hung up somewhere in the system, well, you're going to have about 3 days for that item to hopefully arrive. If it doesn't, you unfortunately have no choice but to refund the buyer. They didn't get the item. You need to refund them. If eBay has to step in on those issues for you, they will always side with the buyer, and then that becomes a defect on your account. Too many defects, you start to drop in your health with eBay. Your rating starts to drop, and you definitely don't want defects. It definitely has an effect on your account. I've seen where people have dropped to above standard, and sales have been perfectly fine. Obviously, you lose the discount on fees, but I think if you still have great items, they'll still sell. And yeah, I don't know. I've heard that they've actually had a bump up in sales. And I've heard some people say, well, my sales got hit pretty hard. And so I don't know. I don't know really, what's going on with the algorithm. If you have great items, they're going to sell no matter what. So, okay. Too much talking. Throat's drying out. It's springtime, allergy season. It's crazy. Let me know what you guys think down below. And if you guys are brand new or just starting, you're trying to strive to get to that point, let me know down below. Trying to get to top rated. Any questions about top rated plus, let me know down below in the comments. Questions, anything like that. Anything you guys have to add to this as well too. But let's get to the what's sold. Okay, and what's sold, we're popping up right over here. Right off the bat, we got a Swatch watch. That kind of rhymes. And watches are one of my top performing categories. I pretty much sell them all the time, just like keyboards. And I do like watches. I wear a smartwatch, but I do like watches, and I kind of find them all the time, especially Swatches. Now, where I find swatches a lot are over at Savers on the wall. They don't put them in the glass. And swatches will typically sell for around $20 to $30, right in that range. I've sold them even without straps, too, where the straps have been cut off. So they do sell really well. I highly recommend, if you are going to start selling watches, to get batteries. I found batteries at the flea market at Goodwill. I'll snatch them up and store them away if they're a good price. Amazon usually has them priced pretty well. You can get them in bulk, usually off brands. And like swatches. Swatches, for the most part, use pretty much the same battery. So if you do find a bunch of swatches, you can buy a big old pack of batteries on Amazon pretty cheap. And you'll have a bunch of batteries to test these things out. Definitely look out for a watch kit, like a repair kit, because some of these backings, swatches are pretty easy, but some of the other ones, like the backings, are really tough to get into if you do not have a proper kit. Automatic watches, I wouldn't recommend dealing with those. Popping the backs off those can be rather difficult, and once you do, the mechanics inside, you really don't want to mess with that unless you really, really know what you're doing. I don't mess with those. I pretty much stick to battery-operated watches. So swatches, look out for them. They sell really well, and sell pretty consistently too as well. I wish I could just have a constant supply of swatches, but it's hard for me to find them all the time. Then we have some shoes, which I typically, I really don't show shoes here, but I want to show these Vans. They sold pretty quickly. Took about two days to sell, and these ones have flamingos on them, and they sold for $20. This was a Goodwill, flea market find. Flea market find for $2, and Vans typically don't sell for that much. As you can see, these only sold for $20. At Goodwill, at Savers, they're going to be priced up around $15, $16, $17. And Vans just don't sell for that much. You definitely want to look for ones with a unique design. And I highly recommend getting Vans for $5 or less. If you cannot get them for that low, don't do it. They're not going to sell that quickly, and they're not going to sell for that much. So these ones did. Flamingos, a women's 8.5. Depending on the size, too. If it's a smaller size for men, I'll typically sell it in the women's category. Excuse me. If it does have Vans, if it does have a size for men and women listed, Vans do. Vans typically have, it'll say women's size and men's size in there too. So that was a good sale. And then the other one, the really cool one, is this Disneyland hat. It's not vintage, but definitely vintage inspired. It's a 5-panel hat, and the 5 panels typically have one panel of fabric in the front. It'll have stitching that kind of goes across like this and down. And this one sold, when I first saw it at Goodwill, I immediately thought Saved by the Bell. And I knew immediately that's what I was going to use in the title. And sure enough, I couldn't find this hat. I couldn't find really any comps on this hat. And Disneyland hats don't really move that fast, and they really don't move for that much either. So I think by putting 90s Saved by the Bell style in the title, got it sold for $40. So great sale there. Let me know what you guys think of those sales down below in the comments. Appreciate the thumbs up. Sorry guys, my allergies are really... I had a little tickle in my throat. Allergy season is in full effect. So be cautious out there, guys. And what else? I ran a poll regarding where you guys want me to do these live shows from. Goodwill, Savers, or Flea Market. It's going to be the Flea Market. That's got the most votes. And we'll probably be doing that on Thursdays. So do look out for that. I'll post something on my channel regarding that. But thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next video.